Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks in the dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the
Love it. Love it.
This is Duke.
This is Corey.
And this is, we're going to wrap up the Freddy versus Machete.
Yes. This is a part 3 episode. And, yeah, we're going to close this thing out.
You got any movie news?
I do, actually. So, we had to say goodbye to an icon. I call him an icon, a legend. Most people don't even know who he is. But, Mr. Candyman,
Yeah.
Tony Todd passed away.
Okay.
So
Don't make me cry.
I know. And good news, good movie news.
Okay.
Besides that, that wasn't good news. Not besides that. Jeez, what the hell? Just want to punch myself there.
Step back.
Right. So I was doing some research on Lulu Wilson.
Yeah.
And seeing if there's any updates on Becky 3, if there was. None so far. It's still in the works. They do plan on making a threequel to it, but just nothing in the works right now. But she is coming out with a new movie.
Okay.
She's going to be Alice in a Wonderland. It's called Wonderland.
Okay.
So she's going to be playing their version of Alice.
Okay.
So it's supposed to come out 2026, I believe.
Isn't there a movie called Wicked coming out as well?
Yeah. Next month, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, in December. It's based on the Broadway Wicked is what it's based on.
Wizard
with
of
Ariana Grande, and I don't know who the other person is. Jeff Goldblum's in it. He's actually the wizard
Yeah.
in this one, so that'll be interesting.
Okay.
And then other news, Terrifier news.
Yeah.
It's been confirmed they're making Terrifier 4.
Okay.
It will come out sometime mid-2026, and supposed to start filming early spring, I think they said, 2025.
Okay.
So this will be the final one, though.
Bring it on.
Yeah. They said that, he said he didn't want to do no more. He didn't want to be art no more, so this is going to be his last.
That's fair.
So, anything on your end?
No, I'm looking forward to Y2K.
Yeah.
Dear
when is
Santa,
that coming out again?
Y2K is first weekend of December, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, I like the Dear Santa one. I'm looking forward to that one too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's it for movie news.
Okay.
This week.
Let's move on to Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
Yeah. I don't have a trailer because the trailer kind of sucked. It was very short. Like, we're talking like 10-second trailer.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to play this instead. And there you go. There's your trailer.
Hi,
it's
I'm Jason.
And he goes to hell. So, let's do it.
So Jason Goes to Hell was released August 13th, 1993 by New Line Cinema. Had a budget of $3 million. You think it flopped?
No.
No, I made $16 million. IMDb rated this a 4.1 out of 10. Letterboxd gave it a 1.7. A whopping 1.7 out of 5. And Rotten Tomatoes gave it 16% with a 23% audience approval rating. I give this 4.5 out of 10.
I gave it 5.
5?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's worth 5 slates, So.
5 clapboards.
Yeah. 5 clappers.
So I did see this movie in theaters. I was the only one in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You're the only one in the theater?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, at least you had it to yourself.
So So this was shot on location in L.A. And Thousand Oaks, Culver City, and Agora Hills, California. Blah. Between July and September of 1992. It was directed by Adam Marcus, produced by Sean S. Cunningham, and written by Adam Marcus, Jay Hughley, and Dean Laurie, who also wrote My Boyfriend's Back.
Ah, okay.
Score was done by none other than...
Harry Manfred?
Yes.
Manfredini.
Makeup done by Robert Kurtzman, and stars Kane Hodder as Jason, John D. LeMay, and Stephen Williams.
Okay.
Do you know Stephen Williams?
Sounds familiar.
He was one of the cops in Blues Brothers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Is he related to Sean Williams? Oh, no, that's Sean Williams Scott. Never mind.
Yeah.
His last
So,
name's-
no.
No.
What do you got?
There is a gap between 8 and this one. So there was a comic book that is allegedly out there that kind of filled in that gap between the two movies. And it basically just follows Jason, after he dipped in that toxic waste in New York City and everything. And then walked his way back to Crystal Lake. And then the FBI explains, that the task force was specifically for Jason. But the producer, Sean S. Cunningham, and the director stated that, that they made Jason go to hell as a follow-up to the original. Just, the 1980 original, and then mostly ignored everything from part 2 to part 8, basically, in this movie. So it was basically a sequel to Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Is what they were going with. Michael B. Silver and Michelle Clooney, who played Luke and Deborah in the movie, they were actually a couple. Before this filming, and then they just recently broke up, so it was kind of awkward when they had to do the sex scene between the two.
Okay.
So, and then Kane Hodder, who we know plays Jason and everything, he was severely burned over much of his body during a stunt gone wrong some years prior to this movie.
Yeah.
And as a result, the skin below his neck was discolored and disfigured and everything. So one day after filming, he was peeling the Jason costume and makeup off his body, and the young child of the crew member, who was brought to the set to see what it's like to make a film and everything, just like a field trip kind of thing. Became frightened of his burned skin and stuff. So he was like, "Oh my God, Jason's real!" Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But Hodder, he's like the teddy bear himself. He calmed him down and everything, and made it all right. So
Okay.
yeah, and then Jason's heart was used in From Dusk Till Dawn in 1996.
Oh.
Yeah, as the Monkey Man's heart.
The Monkey Man's heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the original title of this movie was supposed to be Friday the 13th, Part 9, The Dark Heart of Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
So.
Sounds like a graphic novel.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Not the greatest film, but, I mean...
It wasn't bad.
At least we have Kane Hodder.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Kane Hodder as Jason is the best. The movie, the plot, and everything, the storyline was just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Jumping bodies, that was just...
Yeah.
That was lame.
That was. All right.
Let's move on to New Nightmare.
New Nightmare. All right.
From 1994.
Rex keeps him down there. Who? The mean old man with the claws.
Look, Heather, let me cut to the chase. How would you like to join us in the definitive nightmare?
Well, I thought Wes stopped doing horror movies.
You know, he actually told me he hadn't called me in the last 10 years because he hadn't had any really scary nightmares.
Hey, Tiger. Hi, Julie.
You haven't shown him any of the films you've made, have you?
Anyhow, he's right in the middle of the script.
Which means he's having nightmares again.
He's very excited about it.
The nightmares?
No, sweetie, the script. And you should be too, because you're the star. I guess evil never dies, right? Fans, God bless them, they're clamoring for more.
Dylan's fine. I'll be back another time. You're fine.
Dylan!
Remember?
You didn't let him watch the movie on TV, did you?
Movie?
Robert,
He didn't watch anything on TV.
have you been having nightmares?
However it happens, nightmares when the story dies,
Dylan, what's the matter?
the evil is set free.
You're saying Freddy is this ancient thing?
Right. Current version. Now that the films have ended, the genie's out of the bottle. It's me. What the hell is going on?
Help me.
Why are you calling me Nancy, John?
Freddy's dead. Creature maker. You're gonna have to make a choice.
What kind of choice?
Whether or not you're willing to play Nancy. One last time.
All right, a new nightmare.
Yeah, and we weren't having technical difficulties. That's actually the trailer. It was just kind of cut in and out
Oh, that's fine.
on the volume. So just letting you know.
Cool.
So,
Thanks.
yeah. I really like this one.
It was okay. It was one of the first, if not the first, meta horror films, modern meta horror films.
Right.
It was released October 14th, 1994 by New Line Cinema, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Had a budget of $8 million. I think it flopped.
No.
No, it made 19.7 million. IMDb rated this a 6.4 out of 10. The Letterboxd gave it a 3.3 out of 5. And Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 77% with a 67% audience approval rating.
Mm-hmm.
I give it 6.5.
I gave it 8.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really liked it. I mean, I liked the meta horror film within a film,
Yeah.
kind of thing. It was awesome. I liked the rendition of Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
And was it Robert Englund that played Freddy or no?
Yeah.
Was it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he didn't do Freddy in the new one.
The remake.
Yeah, the remake. Okay, but yeah, I really liked the version of it, which I'll talk about after
Okay.
So
This was filmed on location in L.A. between October 93 and January of 94. Written and directed by Wes Craven and produced by Marianne Maddalena.
Mm-hmm.
Score was done by J. Peter Robinson, who I believe we've talked about in an early
Season 1?
episode. Yes.
yeah,
He did the score for Cocktail and Wayne's World, The Gate, Return of the Living Dead 2, Encino Man, and Vampire in Brooklyn,
oh wow,
among others.
yeah. So that was our first episode.
Yeah. And makeup in this film was done by, again, Robert Kurtzman, and also with the help of Greg Nicotero, who we know from as the creator and special effects guy from The Walking Dead.
Okay,
The movie stars Robert Englund, Heather Langenkamp, and Miko Hughes.
yes.
What you got, Sea-Dog?
So, like I said, I really liked the way that Freddy Krueger looked in this one, and this version of Freddy Krueger was the version that Wes Craven depicted from the beginning, more menacing,
Yeah.
less comical,
Right.
updated attire, his whole appearance, was just completely different and just more horrifying, really,
Right.
looking. But in 2015, before his death, he would admit he regretted changing his appearance and said that if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So, but
I don't
really
know.
liked
He
it.
looked really rubbery
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah, and this was a reason. This movie was a reason why he kept Ghostface's mask the same throughout all the movies
Okay.
and everything from 1 to 4 that he directed, because he just didn't want to change it,
Okay.
because he didn't want to make the same mistake twice, I guess.
I think they were trying to go for a more realistic burn look
Right.
on this, like a texture.
Mhm.
But yeah, it just ended up looking like rubber.
Which
to me.
I'll kind of retap on that, on the next one, when we start talking about the remake.
Okay.
Because I thought, I'll just go ahead and say it now. I thought they did really well with the makeup on that. It really looked like he was burned.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, but it was a newer movie, new technology and stuff like that. So,
Did you happen to see this in New Nightmare?
I did.
In theaters?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I really liked it. Made me jump a few times. I spilled my popcorn. Not gonna lie.
I did not. I did
No?
not see this one in theaters.
Okay.
No.
All right.
That I remember, of course. I don't
Right.
think I did.
The events in the film revolve around Heather Langenkamp having a stalker in real life. She had a stalker, and
I think we talked about that.
I think so.
When we were talking about the original
Right.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Wes Craven got her permission to weave it into the story.
Okay.
The stalker story. And then in reality, Heather Langenkamp's real husband, David Leroy Anderson, is a special effects man.
Yep.
As he was in the film.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think we talked. I feel like we talked about that too.
I don't know. Maybe. Don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. We're going to talk about it again.
Okay.
So,
Fine.
Right. All of the earthquake sequences in the film were actually filmed 1 month prior to the Los Angeles quake of '94.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So
It was during that
bad.
whole time. Yeah.
So
People were thinking that it made an eerie.
they thought it was the big one.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they thought it gave the whole set an
Right.
eerie feeling the whole time. Just yeah, I think that's amazing.
yeah. So after the earthquake, they went through and drove around and got photos and film of the actual damage
Yeah.
of the earthquake and
Yeah, Wes Craven
replaced
was.
it.
Yeah, Wes Craven was like, "Yeah, I'm going to take this opportunity to roam around and
yeah,
get some
and
shots."
replaced it with the fake footage that they did prior.
Okay,
So I was like,
Nice.
that's kind of cool, sad and cool at the same time, because that was a huge earthquake.
Yeah.
Huge. I think it's the biggest one they've had in history so far. So,
no, it wasn't that big.
It wasn't.
No,
It did a lot
only
of
like
damage though.
60 people. I mean, not to say that only 60 people died, but
'Cause I
in
remember-
comparison to the bigger earthquakes, yeah, this
I
was
remember
not.
seeing it on TV and like watching like the freaking the highway like collapse
Yeah.
and cars on it, like
Yeah.
you were watching a movie.
I remember there was a TV
Like, it
movie
was-
that came out right after that happened about rescuing.
Resqueak.
Oh, in French. No, rescuing the people that were trapped underneath that huge
Right.
slab of concrete that had fallen on all those cars. But yeah, no, it wasn't one of the biggest ones.
Okay. Well, thank God.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But
so
yeah, let's
moving on.
come right back around here.
Enough of the history lesson here. Let's get back to the movie.
Okay.
So the basic premise of the film, Freddy invading the real world and haunting the actors and crew and responsible for the Nightmare on Elm Street films and stuff like that. It was originally intended to be used for A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
But inspired by the movie Return of Horror High in '87. But the idea was rejected by the studio, of course, and then they just decided to use it later on. That happens all the time. And then Robert Englund has said this is his favorite movie of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, along with Freddy's makeup being his favorite look.
Okay.
So,
fair enough.
Yeah.
Robert.
Heard it from the man himself. So, that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? This is the part where I like to... I like to call this Happy Birthday, Biatch! All right, every asshole has a birthday, and these are these assholes' birthdays. On the 9th of November, we had Lou Ferrigno, who now is 73.
Don't make him angry.
No, you won't like him.
Yeah.
And we also had Ed Wynn, who passed away in 1966.
Okay.
He would have been really old.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have.
Yesterday, the November 10th, we had Walton Goggins, who is 53. Brittany Murphy would have been 47. Sinbad, you want to guess how old Sinbad is? It'll make you old.
Oh, I'm going to say he's 60-something?
60-something is correct. 68.
Okay.
Michael Jai White is now 57.
Wow.
Roland Emmerich is 69. Deborah Hill would have been, 74? Mm-hmm. She died in 2005.
R.I.P.
Today, November 11th, we have Demi Moore, who is 62.
Ow.
Leonardo DiCaprio, who is 50. Stanley Tucci is 64.
Okay.
Bill Moseley is 73. Callista Flockhart is 60.
Wow.
And Jonathan Winters, who died in 2013, his birthday is today. Tomorrow, the 12th, we have Anne Hathaway, who will be 42.
Okay.
Ryan Gosling will be 44. Wallace Shawn will be 81.
Wow.
Charlie Manson.
Come on.
All right, so...
He's not dead yet?
No. Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
So November 13th, we'll have Gerard Butler, who will be 55. Steve Zahn will be 57. Tom Atkins will be 89.
All right.
Whoopi Goldberg will be 69. And Jimmy Kimmel will be 57.
Yeah, I feel old.
Yeah. On the 14th of November, we have Harlan Williams, who will be 62.
All right.
The 15th of
Rocket
November.
Man himself.
Yeah, Rocket Man. The 15th, we have Beverly D'Angelo, who will be 73.
All right.
Yaphet Kotto, who died in 2021. And Maggie Gyllenhaal will be 47. Pete Davidson will be 31. Lisa Bonet, 57. And Clu Gulager, who died a couple years ago.
Right.
And that's all I have for these motherfucking birthdays. All right, cue me some Jason X.
Jason X. All right, here we go.
In the year 2455, on a routine training mission, a team of students is about to discover a life form frozen in time.
They're on their way back. Prepare for docking and power up the lab.
You brought him on board?
Everything's under control, man.
What the hell is going on?
Jason Voorhees, that's what's going on. He's an unstoppable killing machine.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
How do we get off the ship?
I don't know.
Look, we're gonna be all right.
What? Are you high?
Uh-oh.
He's here. You have got to get them out of there.
Hey, slack it.
I think we're finally okay.
What the hell is that?
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, wow.
He's been modified.
Oh, you think?
You guys might want to run. think he's out there.
Why don't you just stick your head out and have a peek?
I can only count to 4.
I know.
So Jason X was released April 26, 2002 by New Line Cinema. This movie is stupid fun.
Yes.
Had a budget of $11 million. Do you think it flopped?
Yes.
It did not. It made $17 million.
Okay.
I did not see this movie in theaters either.
I didn't
I think at that point I was just like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. The year is 2455 and Jason is still alive.
IMDb rated this a 4.5 out of 10. Letterboxd gave it a 2.1 out of 5. And Rotten Tomatoes gave it 20% with a 25% audience approval rating. And I gave it 5 out of 10 clabbereds.
Same here. 5 out of 10.
This was shot on...
I give the soundtrack like 10 out of 10, though. It had a good soundtrack. Yeah.
This was shot on location in Canada, specifically Toronto, between March and April of 2000. This was the first Jason in 9 years, and they should, I don't know. This one was better than Jason Goes to Hell, in my opinion. Just, there were a couple kills in this one that were pretty memorable, specifically the cryogenically frozen face smashed against the...
Right.
Yeah. And also the holographic sleeping bag scene was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think this was a point in time where they were just wanting everything in space.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we had Leprechaun in space. I think that was out at about the same time.
Critters.
Yeah, Critters, and then freaking Alien. I mean, they just like, it was too much. Yeah. It was way too much. I did dig the new uniform, though, whenever he, like, regenerated himself and stuff. That was kind of cool.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's what it is.
Right.
But what it was it was directed by James Isaac.
Yeah.
Who also directed House 3, also known as the horror show. But he also was known for doing special effects. He was on a special effects crew for Gremlins, Return of the Jedi, Enemy Mine, and House 2, the second story.
Okay.
The movie was produced by Noel Cunningham, who's the son of Sean S. Cunningham, and written by Todd Farmer, who wrote also My Bloody Valentine, the 2009 version, and The Messengers.
Nice.
The score for this movie was done none other than...
Harry Manfredini.
Yes. And makeup was done by Christopher Pizzarelli and Stephen Dupuy. This movie stars Kane Hodder, Lexa Doig, and David Cronenberg.
Okay.
Makes an appearance.
Yeah.
What you got, Sea-Dog?
So this film was...
What?
Ow. Why you hitting me, man? I didn't do nothing. Anyways, so while the film was... ouch.
What?
Stop it. All right. So, are you done? Oh, no? Okay. Well, while I'm getting beat up here, let's see here.
What?
This film was critical and financial failure in its initial release in theaters. Go figure.
Yeah.
It made more than triple the cost of the production in DVD and post-theater sales.
Okay.
So people just didn't want to go see it in theaters.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
So, statistically, it is one of the most successful Friday the 13th films, despite initial negative critical feedbacks.
Statistically.
Yeah, statistically.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's that. And then the film only suffered a couple seconds of cuts and alterations to earn an R-rated movie. R-rating.
Yeah.
Bleh.
There it is.
Did you mean for all those words to come out together, or did they just fall out randomly?
They just fell out randomly. Yeah.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Okay. So making it, the
What?
ouch, the least censored entry in the entire Friday the 13th series. Jason Voorhees' eyes never blink when they are shown.
Okay.
I mean,
He has no secretions.
yeah, none. Don't blink.
Okay.
The camera's on you. Don't blink.
Don't do it.
This is the first film in the Friday the 13th series to rely on digital effects for death and gore shots. Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
You know how we feel about that, I know.
Yeah, that.
So, Betsy Palmer, good old Betsy Palmer,
Yeah.
she was doing a play in Toronto at the time Jason X was filming. According to Palmer, one of the producers contacted her, trying to talk her into reprising her role as Pamela Voorhees. But most likely, just as a hollow simulation.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, they didn't come to an agreement, so they didn't include her.
Boo.
Yeah. Kane Hodder's final appearance as Jason. Ken Kirzinger assumed the role for Freddy versus Jason, which we'll get to that. While Derek Mears took on the role for the reboot, which we'll get to that too.
That's correct.
This makes Hodder the only actor to play Jason 4 times, which I think we've discussed that.
Yeah.
And the scene when Jason snapped Sven's neck was originally a much quicker snap in the script. It was Kane Hodder's idea to kind of slow it down and improvise the kill and slowly break his neck until you heard like a crunching sound and stuff like that. So yeah, he was like, "It's too fast.
Yeah,
let's slow it down a little bit. We need some crunch." So
okay,
that's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got for Jason X. That's it.
Okay,
I got nothing, man.
All right. Well,
so now on to remakes.
Okay. A Nightmare on Elm Street, 2010.
Hello? Anyone here? Hello?
If you keep falling asleep, they're gonna kick you out of here.
Sorry. I had another nightmare last night. I can't tell what's real anymore. Is there anybody else out there that this is happening to?
Every time that I dream, there's always this man.
That's his mark, isn't it? Freddy.
Oh my god, you've seen him too. Who are you?
Remember me?
It's me, it's you, it's Dean, it's Jesse, Chris. He's in all of our heads, Nancy. We gotta stop this.
How?
Don't fall asleep. I haven't slept in 3 days. We're running out of time.
At the 70-hour mark, the insomniac will begin to experience micronaps. It means you're dreaming, but you don't know it. Even if you're awake.
Oh, God.
No, just me.
Stop! What does it want from us?
Why are you screaming? I haven't even cut you yet.
I'm gonna give you a little something that'll put you right to sleep.
This might sting a bit.
All right, Nightmare on Elm Street, 2010.
Yeah.
released April 30th of that year by, guess it?
New Line Cinema?
Yep. Had a budget of $35 million. Think it flopped?
No.
It did not. It did pretty well. $115.6 million. I did see this in theaters.
I did too.
And a lot of people complain that it's not Robert Englund, which I understand completely. However, if you take a Robert Englund out of the equation, like think about it as if he never existed, I think he did a pretty good job of being that villain.
Yes.
And I know that's a kind of a
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
controversial. Ow. I know that's a controversial statement, but deal with it. I don't know.
No, I really enjoyed the way he portrayed Freddy Krueger. Like it was so menacing. Like if Wes Craven was still around, he'd be like, "That's the Freddy I wanted."
Yeah. Well, wasn't he still around at that point? I think he died in 2015, didn't he? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I think you might be thinking of somebody else.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
don't remember when Scream 4 came out. That was like 3 episodes ago.
2011, I think that came out.
Okay. So then, he was still alive.
Yeah.
But he didn't direct this.
No, he did not.
So he didn't have a say-so.
This was directed by Samuel Bayer.
Yeah.
Actually, so anyway, IMDb rated this a 5.2 out of 10. Letterboxd gave it a 2.1 out of 5, the same as, Jason X.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 14% with a 43% audience approval rating. I give it a 6 out of 10.
I gave it 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Who cares what the other people think? It's what we think, right?
I wasn't totally disappointed in the movie when I saw it in theaters.
And we mentioned this before. This was the turning point where they flipped it to where he was a child molester, not a child murderer.
Well, the whole point, I think, it was assumed that he was a child molester in the original, but
right.
That's not something they mentioned or said.
Yeah, it was a touchy subject back then.
So, this is when they outright said it and made that clear. Let's see. So this movie was shot in the Chicago area as well as in Gary, Indiana, between May and July of 2009. Like I said, directed by Samuel Bayer, produced by Andrew Form, Brad Fuller, and Michael Bay.
Of course.
Yeah. It was written by Wesley Strick, who did the writing for Wolf, 1994's Wolf.
Oh, with Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cape Fear, the Cape Fear remake, Doom, and Arachnophobia.
Okay.
It was also written by Eric Heiserer, who also wrote Arrival, Bird Box, Final Destination 5, Lights Out, and the 2011 The Thing.
Aha.
The score was done by Steve Jablonsky, who also did the scores for Transformers, The Island, Deepwater Horizon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows, Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, the Amityville Horror remake, Friday the 13th remake.
Awesome.
As well.
All right.
So this movie stars Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
And I thought he was a good choice for anyone other than Robert Englund.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only other movie I had known of him at that point was Bad News Bears, when he was just a kid. This movie also stars Rooney Mara and Clancy Brown.
Good old Clancy.
Yep. Good old Clancy. What you got?
So, Freddy's sweater was knitted by Judy Graham, the same woman who knitted Freddy's sweater in the original 1984 movie.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I got. No.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Next.
So, Kyle Gallner.
Kyle Gass.
Yeah, whatever.
Gallner.
Kyle, whatever his name is.
Okay. He's sitting over here like, that's not my name.
Yeah, Gallner.
Whatever my name is not my name.
Gallner. Gallner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with. Anyways, he suffered a cut in his abdomen when the glove that Jackie Earl Haley was wearing, bent down. He fell down or failed to bend down, leaving one of the knives still extended. So yeah, he was impaled.
Oh, nice.
By the glove, accidentally. Haley didn't realize this until the scene was finished. So he's really, I'm feeling kind of woozy here, man.
Yeah.
For the big scene in the opening sequence, Kellen Lutz chose not to sleep for a few days to give himself into character, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just make him more insane.
Okay.
Insomniac.
Yeah, right.
So dark, shadowy eyes and stuff. He didn't want all that makeup. He wanted the real thing. He's a true actor, that kid.
Yeah. He's a real Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right. The Freddy gloves were the most protected props on the set. Previous films had issues with the gloves being stolen. Most notoriously was the glove was stolen from one of the films and appeared in Evil Dead 2, hanging in the shed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
when there's also Leatherface's chainsaw and whatnot.
Yeah, a lot of props were stolen.
Yeah,
memorabilia. So when Jackie Earl Haley was asked what put him in the right mindset to play Freddy Krueger, he said sitting in the makeup chair for 3 hours. After that, you feel like you could kill anyone.
Okay.
And then Freddy says that that the human brain will still function well over 7 minutes after the heart stops beating. This is actually true.
Yeah.
The human brain will function nearly 10 minutes after the heart failure.
Yep.
So, and then the last bit of facts I have is Jackie Earl Haley frequently improvised on set, feeling this might help unease his fellow cast members, so that way they didn't know what he was going to say next.
Right.
So that's it.
Using that strategy.
That's all I got.
Okay. What did Robert Englund think of this remake?
I didn't see.
Well, what good are you?
I know. Yeah, maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he was sour because he didn't come back.
I don't know.
But yeah,
if you know, drop us a message.
Yeah, I'm sure he liked it. I'm gonna say he did.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say he didn't.
No. Okay.
I don't know.
You just want to be different.
Yes.
Okay. So one of us is right.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Last one, brother.
Well, no.
What?
The last remake. We got one
more.
more.
Yeah. Yeah, we got two more.
Duh. Get it together, man.
Wow. Friday the 13th, 2009.
You do realize this camp was closed down like 20 years ago. But I'm pretty sure the way this story goes, some woman, she went nuts, killed all these counselors, blamed them for her son's drowning. The place is called Camp Crystal Lake. Jason? He came back.
My sister, she came camping up around here with some friends. She's gone missing.
Jameson, she's dead. People go missing around here, they're gone for good.
Here it is. Make yourselves at home. Mi casa es su casa.
You know how many thousands of people disappear every year? There's no evidence. No car, some witnesses.
All right, you ready?
Ready? Let's do it!
This is a man's sport.
There's a guy out there carrying a dead body.
We'll bring trouble. Just won't be left alone. And so does he.
So is who?
Richie, stop fucking around.
Corey, stop fucking around.
Okay.
So Friday the 13th was released February 13th, 2009 by
New Line Cinema.
Correct.
Yeah.
Had a budget of $19 million. Do you think this one flopped?
No.
It did not. It made $91.5 million. IMDb rated this a 5.5 out of 10. Letterboxd gave this 2.5 out of 5. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 26% with a 47%. And I gave it 3.5 out of 10.
3.5? I gave it 7. We're on different spectrums there.
Yeah. No, I did not like this movie. Never have. I've tried. I just, nope. No, thank you. Pass.
Okay. All right.
And I did not see this in theaters either.
Okay.
This was shot in location around the Austin area and between April and June of 2008. It was directed by Marcus Nispel, who also directed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also known for doing music videos in the 90s. He did a music video for Faith No More, a couple for CNC Music Factory, and he also did the music video for 100% Pure Love. From the back to the middle. Okay, and so this movie was produced by Michael Bay.
Yes.
Sean S. Cunningham, Andrew Form, and Brad Fuller. It was written by Damian Shannon, Mark Swift, and Mark Wheaton, with a score by Steve Jablonsky again.
Mm-hmm.
Makeup was done by Scott Stoddard, who I believe worked...
Stoddard.
And I believe he worked for the KNB Effects team, which was actually founded in 1988 by Greg Nicotero, Robert Kurtzman, and... what's the other guy's name? Yeah. I'm blanking on it. Howard Berger.
Okay.
Who also did effects for past movies as well. The K&B effects team, their first movie that they ever worked on was in 1989, I believe. It was Intruder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I thought that was fun. Friday the 13th stars Jared Padalecki, Danielle Panabaker, and Derek Mears as Jason, as you've mentioned.
Yes.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Paybacks.
Right?
What you got?
So, Richard Burgi, as you mentioned, wasn't cast as Sheriff Brack until 12 hours before they needed to begin filming his character's scene. Including the 2009 remake, Jason has killed around 200 people throughout the Friday the 13th series.
Yep.
That's a lot.
He's not the most, though.
No.
You know who the most is?
No.
Michael Myers.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
He holds the top spot.
He's got more films, too, though, I think.
Yeah. 8, 9, 10. I mean, I guess if you count
all the remakes and
Rob Zombie, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah, kudos to Michael Myers, if you want to say. Anyways. Moving on. We're not talking about Michael. We're talking about Jason.
Who?
Jason.
Who?
Jason.
Who?
Yeah.
That's not how it goes.
I know. So, a wheelchair and a sweater.
Walk into a bar?
I was waiting for it. They both can be seen in Jason's tunnel during the film. The character Mark, who's played by Tom McBride, was a paraplegic who was killed by Jason in Friday the 13th Part 2 in 1981. And Mrs. Voorhees wore the sweater in the original version of Friday the 13th. There's also a bicycle propped against the wall just under the wheelchair. It's likely Ralph's bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
Also from the original Friday the 13th.
Part 2?
You've been saying it for like 2 episodes now.
Right. Well, I got to say it.
Yeah.
You sure I should say it?
Say it.
Okay.
It's in parentheses, so you have to say it.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's get a death curse. Ow, man. You asked me.
I know. Actress Willa Ford was given 10 days to learn how to wakeboard for her role. She said wakeboarding itself wasn't as nerve-wracking as having to do it topless.
I'd do it topless. Wait, what?
Yeah, what?
Giggity!
With $42.2 million, it had the biggest opening weekend of a horror remake, beating out former record holder The Grudge from 2004.
Huh, okay.
With $39.1 million.
Okay.
So, just barely meet it. Producer Michael Bay allegedly walked out in the movie theater, movie premiere, stating that the movie featured too much sex.
Okay. Keep walking, Michael Bay.
Right.
Just keep walking.
The guy that, hired Megan Fox for Transformers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, anyways, this is director Marcus Nispel's second remake of a horror classic film.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes,
2003.
That was my favorite one.
Was it?
Yeah, the one with Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one. And Ernie.
Wasn't a fan of that one either.
Was it I can't ever think of his name.
Arlie Ermy?
Yeah, Arlie Ermy.
Yeah. I really liked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. I like that
one
one.
Was good.
I liked it better than the remake.
Okay. But yeah. So yeah, there's that. And then
we're not talking about Leatherface.
I know. We're talking about all these Michael Myers. Let's just bring them all in because they're all connected.
Come on in, guys.
Yeah, come on in. The film was released on Friday, February 13, 2009. Now, that's all I got on that one. So, yeah. So,
okay.
That's all the fun facts I have.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Now, here's what we all been waiting for the last 3 episodes. The final battle between Freddy versus Jason.
Yep. Mad Max 4.
Yeah.
Warn your friends. Warn everyone.
Welcome to my nightmare.
We're not safe awake or asleep.
Why won't you die? Freddy versus Jason.
Place your bets.
Yeah, that was highly anticipated.
Yes.
At the time.
It was a long time waiting.
Yeah. Freddy vs. Jason was released finally August 15th, 2003 by
New Line Cinema.
Yep. It had a budget of $30 million, which is quite a bit for a horror movie.
And it did not flop.
No, absolutely did not. It made $116.6 million.
Wow.
I did see this in theaters. Of course.
Yeah,
had
I did
to.
too. Yeah.
IMDb rated this a 5.7 out of 10. Letterboxd gave it a 2.7 out of 5, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 41% with a 50% audience approval rating. I gave it 6.5 out of 10.
You asked me once before which...
this is your favorite?
This is my favorite Jason movie.
Favorite Jason movie?
Yeah. Yep. I gave it 8 out of 10.
What was your favorite Freddy? Was that 3?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
A lot of people really like Dream Warriors.
I mean,
and I don't blame them.
I mean, I like the original, of course, but I mean, I rated that the highest, but because it's the original, you can't have anything before the first one. So I'm always going to rate the first one better. But yeah, this was my favorite Jason one. Even though I give props to Kane Hodder, he's my favorite Jason. Mm-hmm. But I love this movie. So
that's fair.
So yeah, what else you got on this?
Well, it was shot on location in Toronto and Vancouver,
Canada.
Yep, between September and November of 2002.
Okay.
It was directed by Ronnie Yu, who we've talked about as well. He directed Bride of Chucky. Yep.
All right.
This was produced by Sean S. Cunningham, of course, and written by, again, Damian Shannon and Mark Swift.
Nice.
Who also did the 2009 Friday the 13th remake. The score was done by Graham Revell, who we've also talked about, because he did the score for Bride of Chucky.
Yep.
Makeup was done by Bill Terazakis.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Well, he was the head of WCT Productions. He passed away in 2021. Okay. He's done work on Willard, the 2003 movie with Crispin Glover. Trick or Treat, the 2007 movie.
Oh, okay.
Not the 80s Gene.
Right.
Gene movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Ozzy movie.
Yeah.
Final Destination 2 also did makeup for. iRobot, Saving Silverman, and Fresh, the Hulu film Fresh.
Okay.
Among other movies.
Right.
This movie stars Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, Ken Kersinger as Jason, Monica Keena, Jason Ritter, Catherine Isabel, and Brendan Fletcher.
All right.
What you got?
So, according to Robert Englund, his Freddy makeup was so thick that he couldn't tell how hot it was from the fires during the filming.
Yeah.
When he got in and when he got in to have his makeup removed, it was bonded. It had bonded to his face.
Oh man!
So it was that hot. As of 2024, the final film in which Robert Englund plays the role of Freddy Krueger,
and it'll probably stay that way.
Yeah, he said recently that the only way he would come back as Freddy Krueger would be like animated.
Right.
Could you imagine an animated Friday the 13th? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
I don't like the way that they're doing animation. They would turn it into anime. And come on.
Yeah, maybe.
Freddy Krueger would look all boxy and disfigured. And just, no. Unless they made it like,
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, he said that's the only way. He's just getting too old.
Yeah.
He don't mind doing voiceover, but he's too old to do the Freddy voice.
Yeah.
It's too much, and not the voice per se, it's just the role, the stunts and stuff like that.
Right.
So, he's an old man. He's getting up there.
He's mid-70s.
Yeah. So he's done his due
diligence.
Diligence, yes.
There it is.
Yeah. So exactly. What the fuck did he just say? I need to find that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll find that one.
Great gobs of goose shit.
Yeah. So, James Wan was originally going to direct this film. I think that would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But he was already committed to directing Saw.
Okay.
And so he was too busy with other films.
Well, good for you, James Wan.
Right. I think he's done well. So, standing at 6'5", Ken Kersinger is the tallest actor to date to play Jason Voorhees.
No.
So, and this was the first Freddy movie not filmed in the United States. And the filmmakers had to search for a new house that would resemble the famous Freddy Krueger Elm Street house. So
I bet that was a big undertaking.
Yeah. I wonder if they would, if they actually found a house similar to it, because it doesn't say, or if they decided to build one. Yeah. So, like the shell. According to director Ronnie Yu, the special effects team used 300 gallons of fake blood for this movie.
Okay.
And Rob Zombie was offered to direct.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
That would have been weird. But he turned it down because he was working on House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah. Which was highly anticipated as well when it came out.
Yes. He would later make Halloween and a remake of Halloween, and then which was the third biggest horror franchise in the 1980s, of course.
Yep.
Aside Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
From the 80s. And that's all I got. So,
all right.
So who was your favorite, Freddy or Jason? In this one.
Overall?
Overall.
Always Freddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I love Freddy as a character, but Jason kicked his ass. I mean, let's
You're talking about the movie itself.
The movie itself, we all know.
I mean, it's going to be probably Freddy still.
Really?
But overall.
Now, what would be interesting is if they actually came out with Freddy versus Jason 2. I mean, of course, it wouldn't be Robert Englund, but, maybe Earl Hayes will come back as Freddy.
Yeah, and, Jackie Earl Haley.
Yeah.
Earl Hayes.
Earl Hayes. What the hell was I thinking? Yeah. What's his face? Maybe he'll come back.
That guy.
But we'll never know. Or we might know.
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I think they're done with him.
We get a wink, and that's it at the end of the movie. Did you even mention in Jason Goes to Hell at the last scene where Jason's mask is pulled to hell?
Yeah, so they did a preview for this that was highly anticipating for this movie because of the final scene. The end, was it like the end credits where Freddy's glove comes out of the ground and pulls Jason down into hell.
And who was in the glove?
Who was in the glove? Robert Englund?
It was Kane Hodder.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He wore the glove for that scene.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So he's donned both.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
All right. So that wraps it up.
Yep, that is it for today, gentlemen and ladies.
That wraps up our horror episodes in the middle of November.
Yep.
So, and next we've got Indiana Jones.
Okay.
We're going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of transitioning into Christmas, into the holiday spirit. And we're getting closer to our season finale.
Yep.
So, but it's been a long season, so we're ready for the rest.
Yep.
And we've got some exciting ideas for next season. I think you all are going to like.
Me too.
Yeah, I think we're both going to like it. Yeah,
okay.
It'll be fun. So yeah,
you sure?
You
sure I'm going to like it? I don't like anything.
I don't know.
Shush. You kept that.
I did. I didn't know I did. It was in reverse.
Okay.
So yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Creepy shush. Shush. Yeah.
What? That's not what I was looking for.
My God, are you still talking?
Yeah, I am. All right. Let's go. See ya.
Bye.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
That's all, folks.